So I made a statement that the real racism that is concerning and most threatening that should be concerned is racism towards white people in the West. And when I made those statements, there's always outrage from the left-leaning people and people that are more emotional than factual. And they came back and said, look, that's wrong for you to say that. How can you say that? There's racism across the board. One thing about speech, and I've really understood, language is important. And you have to listen closely and listen to every word an individual says, right? And I don't back down on any words that I've said. And the exact statement which I made was correct, because Facebook launched an algorithm. They launched basically a sort of a test, right? And I'm going to attach it here. But the test reveals itself that 90% of hate speech on the Facebook platform itself has proven to target white people and men. So there's nothing in the statement that I made which is damaging. But I'm going to take it further. The case of Henry Novak, a young man who was attacked, an innocent young child attacked. It was a race attack. Alex Coughlin, race attack. I don't care. Yves Sekila was not a race attack, because there was a black man, an Asian man on top of him that put the knee on his neck. They are not black. But yet there's marches and protests all over that white, because propaganda, it works quite well to suit the narrative. But that was not a race incident. Alex Coughlin was a race incident. A white man attacked by two foreigners. Unprovoked attack, right? And there's other information to come out about that, which, if it is correct as the nature of why they did that to him, it's even more disturbing, and it's more of a hate crime that we can possibly imagine. Alex Coughlin, Henry Novak stabbed by a Sikh, right? Stabbed multiple times. The police come and they handcuff him. Why? Because they said he racially abused them.
What's happened to you, right?
Been stabbed.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? I don't think you have, mate. Hand?
I can't breathe.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate.
Yeah.
This is like numerous times since it's happened to us. We've been walking, we parked multiple times we've had people race.
It's going to be sick, I think.
Yeah, we've got this male, he's been beat up. Are we able to get an ambulance, please?
His pupils aren't even reacting.
On the other side of this.
Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me. He's grabbed my brother, he's took my turban off, started grabbing my head.
Are you injured?
Yeah, I've got swollen eye, a little bruise.
Alright, just step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down.
He was being racist. So being racist is justifying being killed, essentially. This is the world we live in. The police are being trained on anti-discrimination things, or whatever you want to call it. Being taught how to deal with a call when you come in. There's a minority, as whatever you want to refer to it. There's a foreigner compared to a native of the land. What in the world is going on? And I'm saying this as a foreigner myself. What in the world is going on that the native of the land should take a second-class position compared to me? That does not make sense. In any country, it doesn't make sense, right? But this is the world that we've arrived at, and this is what the division in the media is doing. This is how dangerous the game that's being played is played. Henry Novak murdered. The police come and they arrest him, and I'm going to play the video. This is tragic. The police should be fired. But I'm also going to say this to some of the police. It doesn't matter what they teach you. Like, at a certain level, where's your own compassion? Where's your own dignity? Where's your own integrity? Where's your own humanity? Like, these are your own people. They look like you. They are you. And you're essentially turning your back on the very same people that you swore an oath to serve and protect. If that's the case, you've sold your soul to the badge that you wear. Are you just a badge now? A badge that can be commanded, a badge that can be told what to do at any given point and any given moment. This is the tragedy that we're living in. And the real tragedy is what's going on in the West. So I'm going to dig deep in a lot of these things, and we're going to have a logical conversation, not emotional, because people tend to get emotional about these things when logic is needed. We're in these positions because logic was trumped out of the window, and people are moving based on feelings and, oh, we want to be the perfect world, we don't want to discriminate, we don't want to do that. In order for you to play the game which people want to play, right, of anti-discrimination, it's calling for you to discriminate. That's what it is. Now the discrimination has flipped to white people. Because you cannot, see, this is the thing about equality. You cannot get equality of opportunity. Equality of outcome, you can't get it either. right? I really think so, because people are different at all different levels. Maybe equality of opportunities, this fantasy we can live towards, I don't believe in it. Equality of outcome, impossible, very impossible. And now the way people are trying to balance the inequality is by creating more inequality to one side, because that's the only way you can balance it. You have to ask the question. You really have to ask the question. Like, are we stupid to try fix equality with inequality? To fix inequality with inequality. This is what's going on. And we're going to speak about these things in a calm manner. Welcome back to the broadcast. This is a special broadcast brought to you from the sunny side of Cairns, discussing the deeply sensitive and tough issues that are going on right now across the West. So there's been a lot that's gone on in Dublin. Over the past couple of days. We saw a young black man chased down in the middle of the streets and stabbed. Now I'm going to share some images and some videos as well. Firstly, my condolences and prayers with the family. But there's a deep concern within the African community, and this is something I want to address, right? Because when I spoke out about what African people need to do in this country, the contribution and the hard-working people and the working class, and those that don't want to abide by the law, those that want to break the law, and those that don't want to integrate should go back where they came from. They should go find somewhere else to go rather than Ireland if you deem it such a terrible place. The reality of it is, right, and this is where propaganda media comes in, more black people have been hurt and killed in this country by black people than they have been by white people. And that's the reality. There's an issue within the black community that people don't like the truth. They don't like it being told. And they're uncomfortable conversations, but the truth requires humility to accept it. Because when we don't, things like this continue to happen. Young black kids chased down in the middle of the street by somebody who doesn't even live here, who has fled to the UK, stabbed him, a young innocent kid that had nothing to do with the altercation. These are the things that happen. Because as long as people remain divided, even the issues within your own community, you can't fix it. And it's sad. This young kid, there was an event that went on, and the horrible part about this, right? There are people in Ireland. There are black people in Ireland. I'm going to call it for what it is. There are black people in Ireland whom, when I began to speak about, they started saying, oh, he's the only one. Here was the actual quote and the photo they sent me. Maybe if I have it, I'll attach it. He's the only black person in Ireland calling out black people. Who does he think he is? Because we have to call out the bullshit and the stupidity that is going on amongst our people. A 21-year-old lost his life, but guess what? Guess what the nightclub promoter done the next day, the event promoter? He decided to promote the next event that he's doing. We've got this event coming up, and I'm going to share some images. I'm going to share a message within the group chat of whoever that organizer is, saying basically, well, we got another event. What do you expect us to do, to cancel it? Black people in Ireland, I'm just going to say this once and for all. Many people don't understand what goes on, so they speak in ignorance. I'm not speaking in ignorance. Open your eyes, do your own research, look at the things I'm saying. It's not far from the truth, because it is the truth. Take your emotions outside of it and look at things as they are. Sadly, this young man lost his life. Anybody that has information about this kid that done this, his whereabouts, his location, go and give it to the police. And if anybody calls you a snitch or threatens you, report them to the police again. Right? We have to arrive at a position. Crime, corruption, threatening people, all of these things have to go punished. Go and report them. There's a mother that has lost a child. There's a family that is mourning, broken to pieces, as many other families are. And if you really care about black people, as a lot of people want to claim in the country, Black Lives Matter, who the hell does it matter to? I'm just going to ask this. Black Lives Matters. It doesn't matter to black people. Look across the globe. Look across the US. Black people are killing more black people. Look at what's happening in South Africa. Black people killing more black people. In Ireland, this is not feelings. These are facts. More black people have been stabbed, killed by black people than they have by white people in this country in the last 10 years. 2021. What happened in Ireland? How many young kids stabbing each other? Drill music, leading all of these frenzies taking place. There comes a point where we have to point a finger internally and look at the issues we have before we start pointing them externally. If you have information on this individual, go and give it to the police. Report them. Anybody threatening you, anybody saying anything wrong to you, go and report it. Right? If anybody's doing things inappropriate, you know, people that have been sexually abused, sexually assaulted within the African community, whoever did it, go and report to the police. Go and tell them. Because unless we start doing these things, change won't happen across every community. It's quite tragic and it's really sad. This is sad. The promoters should be ashamed of themselves. And a lot of you, some of you that would have said, oh, he's a coon, this, that, and the other. The white man was never your enemy. I'm just going to tell it what it is. The Irish are not your enemy. In the country we live in Ireland, Irish people are not our enemy. And if you adopt that mentality, you will not succeed, because then you really have no friend. You really have no friend then. It's about integration. It's about working together within the communities and being a part of a change. And you've got the NGOs. You know, the NGOs, they jumped on Eve Sakila's case. But Eve Sakila was killed by foreign people, if we really have to look at it. If that's the cause of death, which the autopsy says it didn't. But we seen the video that we seen. Eve Sakila was killed by foreigners. It wasn't killed by Irish people. So why you protested in the street saying Black Lives Matter? To who? Sure, it wasn't white people that did it. So who's the Black Lives Mattering to? There was a black man sitting on his chest. An Asian man put his knee to his neck. And somebody else covered his face. So what are we doing? Like, for what? And that's my point. This young man has died. Go and look right now. Go and look at all of the NGO's pages. Go and look. Which one of them are sharing the images of this young boy? I have the images. They're on my page. There's videos of the man celebrating. There's videos of him dancing. I'm going to show you the video of the young lad dancing after doing what he's done. Where's the NGOs? Where's their videos? Where's their images? Where's their protest outside where it happened? Where's their protest at the event promoters that allowed this thing to happen to this young baby? But when all of these things happen, and this is one thing black people got to understand, stop following popularity. Stop being an idiot and following trends. Following what people say because it's in your group dynamic. Oh, this, that, and the other. Look at the truth for yourself. These things are self-evident. It's right before you. I made a statement and some idiot, Lord forgive me, some idiot decided to make a video and say, oh, this guy's being disingenuous because he's after saying the real racism that's really dangerous is the racism towards white people. When I speak, I don't speak because I feel like speaking. It's because there's research gone behind it. There's information behind it. Facebook done an algorithm, a test, which they were hoping would prove the opposite. And it came back and backfired on them to show that 90% of hate speech through Facebook is directed towards white men and men. Towards white people and men. But my statement was disingenuous. The fact is the fact. Stop moving with feelings and emotions because everybody's conditioned. See, a lot of the conversations you have with your friends, you all agree on stupid shit together because that's what your normal social conditioning is. Take yourself outside the equation. That's how I do it. And I look at information and say, is this true? If I feel it's not, why am I triggered by it? Let me do some research. And then you come to find out, hang on a minute, this is true. My condolences, prayers with the family of this young child. And I sincerely ask of all of you to go and report to the police. Anybody that was there, you have evidence, go and give it to the police, give statements. Anybody threatens and intimidates you, go to the police. If they continue to threaten and intimidate you, or anybody that is actually threatened and intimidated you for posting anything, be the event promoters, be whoever, contact me. I will take these situations up with the police, no problem.